Riders on the storm, riders on the storm. Into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone, an actor out on loan. Riders on the storm. There's a killer on the road. His brain is squirming like a toad. Take a long holiday. Let your children play. If you give this man a ride, sweet family will die. Killer on the road. Yeah. You gotta love your man. Girl, you gotta love your man. Take him by the hand. Make him understand. The world on you depends. Our life will never end. Gotta love your man. Riders on the storm, riders on the storm. Into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone, an actor out on loan. Riders on the storm. check this out. Check this out.
Dancing, 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 dancing. silence. Picture in my hand of the boy I still resemble, but I no longer understand. As the tears run freely, oh, how I realize they were the best years of my life.
Whenever
single day. So don't stop me falling, it's destiny calling, a power I just can't deny. It's never changing, can't you hear me? I'm saying I want you for the rest of my life. Together forever and never to part. Together forever we two. And don't you know I would move heaven and earth to be together forever with you. If they ever get you down, there's always something I can do. Because I wouldn't ever want to see you frown. I'll always do what's best for you. There ain't no mistaking, it's true love we're making, something to last for all time. It's never changing, can't you hear me? I'm saying I want you for the rest of my life. Together forever and never to part. Together forever we two. And don't you know I would move heaven and earth to be together forever with you. So don't stop me falling, it's destiny calling, a power I just can't deny. It's never changing, can't you hear me? I'm saying I want you for the rest of my life. Together forever and never to part. Together forever we two. And don't you know I would move heaven and earth to be together forever with you.
looking around. There's a brand new feeling of liberty, like a clear bell that's starting to sound. Plantation boy, come on and get going. Yesterday's chains have broken in two. Plantation boy, the new move is growing, reaching the hills and the valleys and you. Plantation boy, plantation boy. Lots of smiling faces for you to meet. So many hands to help you along. Just shake off the mud that weighs down your feet. If you stand tall, you just can't do wrong. Plantation boy,
when I'm lonesome, and she cries when I'm sad. She's up in the good times, she's down in the bad. Whenever I'm discouraged, she knows just what to do. But girl, she doesn't know about you. I can tell her my trouble, she makes them all seem right. I can make up excuses not to hold her at night. We can talk of tomorrow, I'll tell her of things that I want to do. But girl, how can I tell her about you? How can I tell her about you? Girl, please tell me what to do. Everything seems right whenever I'm with you. So girl, won't you tell me how to tell her about you? How can I tell her I don't miss her whenever I'm away? How can I say it's you I think of every single night and day? But when is it easy telling someone we're through? Oh girl, help me tell her about you. How can I tell her about you? Girl, please tell me what to do. Everything seems right whenever I'm with you. So girl, won't you tell me how to tell her about you?
She took my heart. Rain, please tell me now, does
Everybody laughs to see Judy being mean to me. Everybody here in town knows that I'm just Judy's clown. Oh, every place we ever go, everybody seems to know. Well, they know we're just a Punch and Judy show. Judy makes a fool of me. Why can't she just let me be? Even though I know the score, I keep coming back for more. Oh, every place we ever go, everybody seems to know. Well, they know we're just a Punch and Judy show. Punch and Judy show. I wish I knew why she acts this way. We're like puppets in a play. Judy plays at being cruel, while I must act the happy fool. Happy fool. Though I smile, it hurts inside. Even puppets have some pride. I would leave her if I could, if my heart were made of wood. So every day we'll give our show, and it always hurts me so. Yes, we'll always be a Punch and Judy. Always be a Punch and Judy. Always be a Punch and Judy show. 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 Punch and Judy show.